All right. The unit final for my course. I have COVID. I am on day 5 of isolation. This is the best I've sounded in days, so I'm going to try to tackle the video today. Bear with me. We're going to take a look at the coding steps first. Using an online API of your choice, create a React project. Project must meet the following criteria: use a React router and have at least 3 pages using React Bootstrap or an alternative styling library, contain at least 10 components, and allow for all CRUD operations. Let's take a look at the code, starting with the app.js file. The general architecture, the application follows a single page application architecture or SPA architecture, leveraging React Router for client-side routing. It also uses state management and CRUD operations, create, read, update, and delete. And those principles will be on several pages. While there is no backend database, the app stores information locally in a JSON file. The React router. The backbone of the navigation experience is the React router. When you look at the app.js file here, you'll notice a series of route components. Each of these specifies a component to render based on the path in the URL. This allows us to navigate between different pages without reloading the entire page, creating a smoother experience. Next, we'll take a look at the homepage. The homepage welcomes users to Gourmet Games and introduces the app's main features. Here, users can find various calls to action, inviting them to explore recipes or participate in the Great American Pie contest. The recipes page here. On the recipes page, I successfully integrated the API. That was a challenge for me back in week 15. This is where the real magic happens. Users can search for any recipe and the results will be displayed in the user interface in the same way as my week 14 movie app. The recipes are displayed in a left-to-right array, and selecting a recipe will populate its details at the bottom of the array. Here we've got the submit page. The submit page allows users to participate in the pie contest. It has a form that captures personal details and recipe information. When the user submits the form, the data is stored locally. This is a perfect example of the create operation in CRUD. And then I've got 3 additional pages we'll go over quickly: about, terms, and privacy pages. These are informational pages with static content. The about us, terms of service, and privacy policy components serve this purpose to effectively hold some information to make all of the components within the finalized app functional. Local storage. Well, you might wonder, where does all the data go? As of now, there's no backend database. Instead, the app uses local storage in the form of JSON files to keep track of data. It's a simplified way to persist data for the scope of this educational project. For the CRUD operations, I've got 3 pages that are effectively similar, if not identical. I've got the pickles page, I've got the pie page, and I've got the casserole page. All 3 of these pages are styled using Bootstrap, and you'll also see that I do have CSS files peppered in. So I did use a combination of both Bootstrap and CSS to style this project. The logic behind that was I do have previous familiarity with the CSS and working with that specifically, and I am new to Bootstrap, so I kind of wanted to see how each worked separately and if I could integrate both into a project. I'm not sure if this is something that I would do in production, but again, for educational purposes, I wanted to make sure that I was doing something that I was familiar with and also doing something that I wasn't familiar with. Additional features is UI consistency. The same style of API display is used in my movie app project. That's been employed here to maintain UI consistency. Again, something that I was familiar with, and I did like the way that that did display. Also placeholder pages, just for the sake of demonstration. Some pages serve, again, as placeholders to show how the app can be expanded upon in the future. I do have plans to continue to work on this application specifically so that it can become more of a portfolio piece for me. Let's take a look now at the application as it works in the browser. Here we have it running to localhost. You see it in my console to the right that I don't have any known errors in the app. Everything is functioning as it should. The nav bar at the top here is a React Bootstrap nav bar, but I did go ahead and customize it. The code that I selected, the contact us portion of that was actually a search area. And I did go ahead and change that code to incorporate contact us instead of the search field. And I added a logo, which will also take you back to the home page besides just the home button. So that is my nav bar. It is the same across all of the pages, which you will see. I do have a hero section as part of one of my components for this home page. You'll see here, this is the hero section of the project. I have a call to action here, which is the enter to your recipe to win. As we scroll down, we have 2 more areas where we can have some calls to action or CTAs. Explore recipes link is at the center of the page. And then I also have the winning recipes portion. And for my footer, again, also a Bootstrap footer with some personal customization. It's like just the change of color. I made it orange because these are kind of like a chestnutty brown color, just things to keep it, I guess, sort of streamlined. And all of these, again, do function. We'll start with functionality with the enter your recipe to win. Button changes upon hover. This is one of the pages I'm going to continue to work on for some additional styling. You can see here where you can submit your best pie recipe and add in your personal details. This page does function. We'll go ahead and add some information in here. I'm just doing this for time's sake. There's also a button here which you can click to agree to the contest rules and terms of service. And if we submit that here, you'll see that the data is going somewhere. It's just not going to a database again. We can click, these are the same, but we'll check it. Terms of service takes you to the terms of service page. Again, this is just a static page with data on it to make the full app functional. If you click I agree, it also says you've agreed to the terms. If I want to go back to the home page, we can click either this icon or the word home, taking us back to this page. We can also click privacy policy. And that takes us back to, again, a static page of data to make the app fully functional. We'll click on home this time. Next, we'll look at explore recipes. It's kind of like the showpiece for me on this entire project, which was connecting that API that gave me such trouble. The way that I set this up is so that it will start searching for recipes based on ingredients as you're typing in the word. So let's type in the word potato. And what? No. Are you kidding me? Okay, here we go. I guess maybe I'm over my request. All right, it works. Here you go. Here you go. It'll start pulling up all of the recipes that have the character association with it. So you'll get more than just one specific type of recipe, or you can do something more specific. Let's see if it'll even let me. No, it won't. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting so many requests on this. Yeah, I love it. Perfect. Well, you saw that it worked. Now I can't populate. Oh my gosh. No. Please work. Lord. Let's go back to it. I'm just gonna say we can go back to it. I'm crushed. Okay. I haven't touched that today, so that's interesting. I guess it's gonna be a question for Dr. Google. Let's go to our winning recipes page. And this is gonna be a landing page with all of our winning recipes. Again, some static information, more or less just like an informational page as a placeholder so that the app is fully functional. Now we're gonna go over to our CRUD app. I really hope we can go back to this because I don't want to do another video. I'm so tired. I want to lay down. All right, pickles. Let's take a look at our pickles page. So we've got winning recipes, and then you can add your own pickle recipe. So here's our winning recipe. It sits at the top. Again, this is styled using inline Bootstrap. And I've got my full CRUD operations here. Let's check it out. So let's say we're gonna do Mima's spicy pickles, ingredients, cucumber and sugar and vinegar, and then put in a jar. So we're gonna add that recipe. Let's see here, but I forgot to add refrigerate. And so we can go ahead and add that back in. Oh, do I know how to spell refrigerate? Refrigerate. Oh, whatever, I'm dumb. Place in the fridge for 7 days. We're gonna update the recipe, and it updates it. Now let's add another one to our field here. Joe's spears, cucumbers and garlic. Place in jar and sound it out, baby. Whatever. Nobody said I was smart. Oh shoot, look what I did. See, just an epic fail today. I don't understand why I have too many requests on that. I'm really kind of flustered right now. No, I can't spell cucumbers. All right, we'll just do this for time's sake. Update us. And I did it again. Perfect. Add recipe. This one's in Norwegian. All right, let's see. We need to delete this one because it's in Norwegian. And there we go. There's our CRUD app. This does work on 3 pages. It wasn't necessary to do a CRUD app, I suppose, 3 times, but it was necessary for me because I wanted to practice the logic. Here's my pie page, does the same thing. My buttons on the bottom, I think are different on the pie page. No, are they all the same? This is what I was working on today, was styling to get my buttons to look all the same. And for whatever reason, the code is literally exactly the same. And my buttons are different on the pickle page. So that is something that I'm going to try to correct this evening. Also, I don't know why I'm getting too many requests because I literally haven't touched that recipe page. I was just doing styling today. All right, we've got one more here on our drop down. It's submit to win. This is also where you can enter that in. Again, we already took a look at this. I do have a contact page. Again, also contact just for, again, time purposes. It's telling me it's missing an app. Love it. Ampersand, baby. At graceland.com. I don't think Presley is spelled right either. So then we've got our data over here. It's populating. Great. Now let's check the links on the bottom for functionality. We get about us. That comes to this, again, another placeholder page with some static content, things that I can add to, which I will do. The contact page works here. Terms of service here, again with the fun I agree button. Privacy policy. This home button works. This home button works. That didn't make sense for me to do that. Let's try it one more time. I hate this for me. Okay, we've got a pot pie. I want you to see what happens when you click on it. So the array will populate, returning the information from the API left to right, like in my movie app. And when you click on a picture, it will populate the recipe below. So you can check to see if you have all the ingredients for the specific recipe. If you don't, you can click on another recipe and then that should populate it on the bottom. Since I've been working on this project, I literally have not had a problem with getting too many requests. So yeah, I'm gonna ask the Google and see what's happening with that. This doesn't look right. Mix ingredients together and store in an airtight container for up to 6 months. What? Don't ever do that with pot roast. I think meat is only good for 7 days unless you freeze it, and you have to freeze it within 2. I should know. I'm food safe certified. Well, that's it. That's my page. Again, we can see that this home button works. I pushed it when we were on the actual home page, which is kind of dumb, but there we go. I did not cough. I'm really proud of myself for not coughing while I got through this. Don't get COVID, it's still out there. But yeah, thanks for checking it out. I'm going to continue to work on this project, but I will also include the repo link in the description box. Thank you. Thank you.